locally and abroad.
We bring you weekly guests that connect, inform, and inspire our listeners on all things service.
We highlight diverse service opportunities that appeal to both Rotarians and people driven to serve in their communities.
Tune in Sundays at 3 p.m. or anytime via podcast. It's time
to stop searching
and start serving.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Tom Winston. For today, clearing skies and a high of 85 degrees. Tonight, clear but a little cool, low 57. And on Sunday, another great day and a high of 83 degrees. Join us at Park Tavern in St. Louis Park on Tuesday, October 1st for our Vice Presidential Debate Watch Party. Tickets are $25 in advance. Order your tickets now at am950radio.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglund, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another gorgeous day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today. I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Brett and Nicole Meyer. They are the owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities, and they are here to share valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. As one of the oldest non-medical in-home care franchises in the United States, established in 1982 by Gene Griswold, Griswold Care has a proven track record of providing exceptional care and support. Griswold Care's wide range of services, including personal care assistance and homemaking tasks, are designed to enhance the well-being of individuals in need. From assistance with personal care activities such as bathing, dressing, medication reminders, to homemaking services like light housekeeping and cooking, Griswold Care offers comprehensive support. You will enjoy listening to my conversation today with Brett and Nicole Meyer. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows. We look forward to hearing from you. We are also adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website, and we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and many other podcast and streaming services. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there are two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Tom, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205, or you can text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you missed our contact numbers, I'll repeat them throughout the show. And also, please don't wait till the show is ended to call or text us with your questions. We often receive many of the same questions after the show has ended. So if you have a question, many others do as well. So please try and contact us during the show. We are looking forward to answering your questions today. All right. I want to welcome my guests for today's show, Brett and Nicole Meyer, the owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities. Welcome to the show, Brett and Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right. This is great. Well, before we begin our conversation, the audience loves to learn about the guests. And so tell us a bit about your background. What was your professions or your interest before starting your own home care operation? And then we'll talk about why did you do that? That's a big step. So let's talk about your backgrounds first.
Oh, it is a story. How much time do we have? Because
You know what? A lot of time, because I tell you, people love the stories.
okay.
I mean, I have more people that come on the show mid-career and they do 180 degrees. I mean, it's just amazing to me. They find their true love. They find their true passion. And so, no, I and the audience loves to hear these stories. It's because it's very hopeful. Because 95% of people are in jobs they don't like.
Yeah.
And so if we can encourage one person to try something different, it's worth it. Because when we talk to our patients, like you probably know, at the end of life, and we say, what do you regret? And it's not the things they did. It's the things they didn't do that they regret. And so I always encourage people, you got to take a risk, follow your heart. So tell us about your journey.
Ken, you are speaking my love language right now. that is really what kind of got, I am the risk taker in this relationship.
Absolutely.
I am married to a very safe, cautious person, and it's really a wonderful balance for us, especially but he always trusts me, and it may take him a little while to really, he has to stop and think about it. But once, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but that's exactly how we kind of got here, was a big risk, I think. So my background and how I got here was I was a hairstylist. So I've been doing hair. Hair was my passion, my love. I always knew I wanted to do something that I was involved with people, that I was doing something, moving around, helping others, being creative. I love people. I love learning about people. So that really fit for me. And I've always been a little bit more, I don't know. I was going to say eccentric, but I don't know if that's the right word. But
Oh, we'll take it.
okay.
Yeah.
And so I, after high school, went straight to Aveda Institute here in Minneapolis, where I dove right into my hair career. And I've worked at some of the, in my opinion, best salons in the Twin Cities. I've had some really great mentors, and I never saw myself doing anything else. It's always made me really happy. And I've done fashion shows and magazines and photo shoots and all the different fun parts of the industry. And that career was 17 years now, and I still do it. I still do hair for family and friends and
some clients sometimes.
And some clients.
Oh, and they love it.
Absolutely.
Yep. Our clients now, it's a really fun way for me to get to see families and interact with our clients and, just kind of be in their homes. But I then, it was a matter of, I had been doing it for 17 years already, and I was 18 when I started. So if you do the math, I'm 37 now. And 20 more years in the industry on my feet, 12 hours a day, doing 8-9 clients a day. I mean, it's a very physically draining job. My hands had already started to get neuropathy a little bit from blow drying hair all day long. And that was one little piece of it. And then also with COVID happening and the climate of the salon changed. I mean, just people were so angry all the time about what was going on in the world. And I don't blame them, but it was very taxing on, being around people all the time that had very strong opinions, whatever direction they went. Everybody was so opinionated. And that just got tiring as well. And then on top of that, then my grandmother, who had dementia, and she was my person my whole life. She lived in a nursing home, and I went and before she moved, I went and spent the last weekend with her in her home with my daughter. and just my daughter was like 1 year old at that time, and just like got to be with her in her home. And then when we moved her into the nursing home, she lives in Sioux Falls, so it's not any of the places around here, but it was pretty traumatic. You know, it was hard not to be able to control the care and how much care she was getting, how little care it seemed like she was getting. And then when everything shut down and you weren't allowed to see them, and she's on her deathbed and you can't be there. I mean, it really impacted me. And so I like to think that I'm helping people get to make those choices for themselves. Now, not that I, would have been by her bedside if I wasn't feeling well or anything like that, but I do really wish I would have had the opportunity to get to see her. So that's the only sad part of this story. But the what's come out of it is that I learned about Griswold because one of my best friends' family has Griswolds all along the East Coast, and went to visit her in Florida kind of after the aftermath of losing my grandmother. And she just told me that we should open a Griswold in the Twin Cities. And I thought, you're crazy.
Right.
Because I'm a hairstylist. I went to high school. I don't have any training. I don't know how to run a business. And then this is where my husband can step in and tell you, he again is got so much more experience on that side. But for me, I really thought about it and decided, like, I have never had such a burning desire to do something the way I felt about doing hair back in the day. It was like God put this impression on my heart, and I was supposed to do this. And I just knew that this is what I had to do. And so if you think about being a hairstylist and home care, they're very similar.
Right.
Because you're building relationships with families, you're getting to know people, you're taking care of people, you're helping them feel better. And it's just a little bit more of a intimate way that you build this relationship. And I don't even know that anything could have given me the training that being a hairstylist did, because you learn everything about your clients and their families and the dynamics and the different personalities. And that's what we're walking into all the time with our clients. And I never want our clients to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my family dynamic is so dysfunctional, or, just like it's, my sister. And it's something that I just, I've had a lot of experience with different personalities. So I'm very okay with that.
All right. Well, it's time for a short break. So we're going to talk about Brett when we get back from the commercial break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Brett and Nicole Meyer, owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities. And they are here today to share valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Hi, I'm Mary T, inviting you to experience our integrative Mary T Health and Wellness Center, offering physical, occupational, speech, and lymphedema therapies. Experience our guided imagery, meditation, Tibetan medicine, dry needling, massage services, including cupping and oncology massage. Sign up for our free wellness screenings and learn more at marytwellness.com. All major health insurance providers are accepted. Come for therapy, experience wellness.
Supporting the best local and independently owned restaurants in the Twin Cities has never been easier. You'll find an expansive list of local dining options at eatlocalminnesota.com, from classic American comfort food to authentic flavors from around the world. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking cuisine, the Great Wall Chinese restaurant has been a local favorite since 1981. They offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include the sesame chicken, imperial beef, and Peking duck. The Great Wall restaurant is located off 45th and France, with takeout available too. More at greatwallrestaurant.us. Nightingale on 26th and Lyndale is the ultimate venue for unforgettable gatherings. Whether big or small, your event will be a hit with delicious food and drinks served in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Plus, Chef Carrie's special creations add that extra touch. Craft cocktails, curated drinks, and a diverse menu make Nightingale perfect for any celebration. More at nightingalempls.com.
Hi, I'm Bruce Klopfleisch. Join me every Sunday at 5 p.m. for Politics Matters. We'll talk about how civics, politics, and law affect you by highlighting a different topic each week.
On this week's show, we start on Article 2 of the Constitution involving the president, why some people are leaving Trump rallies early, are Trump and Vance being charged with more crime, and will Tom Emmer lead J.D. Vance to victory in the debate.
Tune in Sundays at 5 p.m. for Politics Matters with Bruce Klopfleisch to discover why government and civics matter. And podcast the show anytime on your favorite app.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950, here to tell you about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If your home was hit with the most recent storms, trust the most well-reviewed exterior construction company, Snap Construction, for a free home inspection.
This is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. There are a lot of great construction companies in town. My advice is to take your time and do your research. Make sure they are locally owned and that they guarantee their craftsmanship for life. Also, you want to find a company that's been in business for at least 10 years. You want to work with a company that's going to be there long after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims, and we'll help you through the process.
Don't go with the out-of-town fly-by-night contractor. Most storm damage goes missed by the untrained eye. Trust Snap Construction for your free storm damage evaluation. For your free storm damage evaluation, call Snap Construction at 612-333-SNAP or visit them online at snapconstruction.com. That's 612-333-SNAP or snapconstruction.com.
Oh, sure. All right. Welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is Brett and Nicole Myrie. And I mispronounced their name at the beginning of the show here, so I apologize for that. Brett and Nicole Myrie, owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities. And they are here today to share valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Hey, Nicole, how can our listeners contact your organization or contact you if they have questions or want more information?
Yes, so we love phone calls at 763-270-0843.
All right, perfect. And we'll give that number out throughout the show. And you guys have a really nice website that shows your pictures and some of the amazing staff that you have. How do people get a hold of you through your website?
They can reach right out to griswoldcare.com. And right on there, it's got the phone number. And then there's a button right up in the top right corner. It says contact us. You can click that out and it'll send us a message directly and we'll give you a call right back.
All right. All right. And it looks like currently you're serving in the Anoka County and Edina's area, or is that...
So actually, we service all over the Twin Cities.
Okay.
Our main office is in downtown Anoka, right on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And then we actually have a second office opening October 1st, right in St. Louis Park. And then we're planning to open a few more additional offices, probably over more by like St. Paul and some of those more eastern side of the Twin Cities here. But as far as our service area right now, we do service all over the Twin Cities, all
Okay.
the way from Shakopee all the way up to Cambridge. And
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
So it is
kinda
the
all
greater
over.
greater
Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, we got a chance to learn more about Nicole last segment. Yeah, Brett, why don't you give us a little bit of background about you, and then we'll start talking about your services.
Sure. Yeah. So, we kind of went into a little bit about our backgrounds. Before I got into home care, my background is, I'm a creative person. I have an art background. I owned a graphic design business for 15 years. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a good business and things like that. But at the end of the day, it wasn't very rewarding, right? Doing ad campaigns or, design work for people. It in my eyes, it didn't really feel like I was helping people. It didn't make a difference in their lives. At least to me, it wasn't. I just didn't get that much out of it. So Nicole and I both were looking for something different. And again, she had mentioned with the hairstyling thing that's gonna be hard on her body. It's not a long-term type of job. And she had mentioned too, we did go on a vacation and met with one of her friends who, that's kind of how we got introduced into Griswold. But I'll back up a little bit before that. One of the things that happened during lockdown, and Nicole touched on it too with her grandmother, but same thing happened with my grandmother, right? She was in a memory care unit. We had our second daughter, and unfortunately, because of lockdown, she wasn't able to meet our second daughter. We actually had to do it through the window, right? On the phones, and that was pretty tough. She lived alone for a long time, and the problem was she had memory issues, so she was supposed to take medication to help with memory. Well, she couldn't remember to take the pills, and so it progressively got worse. And in hindsight now, had she had home care, she maybe would have been able to live in her home a little bit longer before having to transition to the memory care unit. So that, and then just growing up too, I was fortunate enough that I lived really close to my grandparents and got to see them a lot, all the holidays, Halloween, things like that, and was really close with them. And so it was tough when, they passed and things like that. So again, Nicole and I both had these careers that were going fine and could have just kept going on with that and not making any changes. And I think you mentioned it, but taking a chance and doing something completely different is pretty scary. I mean, that's,
that's a common theme whenever I talk to you.
Yeah.
It's fear.
It's fear. I mean, that's a big leap to take. But back to this vacation that we had taken, we went and stayed with one of Nicole's friends in Florida, and we actually stayed with her grandmother, which is kind of odd. I'd never met her before, and we're going to stay in her house. But she actually was an original franchisee owners from Griswold, and the friend that we went to visit, her family owns Griswold's also, right? And so that's how we got to introduce into about the company and kind of what they did. And talking with her grandmother, she said, she knew that we were looking for different career paths and stuff. And she said, have you guys ever considered doing home care? And I said, no, I don't know anything about home care. Right. And she goes, at the end of the day, you both seem like you have a caring personality, and, you like to help people. She really thought you guys, you should explore this and look into it a little bit. I think you guys would do really well. Right. And so we left that vacation, came back to Minnesota, and we're like, maybe this is kind of what is calling us to do.
Right. She planted a seed. Yeah.
Planted a seed there. And then I know Nicole and I both are firm believers that things happen for a reason, right? It's not, this wasn't just a mistake. All these things kind of lined up to bring us to this point. And then, like I said, we took this big leap forward, and, even telling our families like, we're going to open this home care business. And they're like, what are you doing? But that's how we ended up here.
So were you able to transition out of your careers planned, or was it abrupt, or was it?
We were able to transition out of it because it's a slow ramp up to start the new business and stuff. Right. So luckily for me, owning the other business, I was able to kind of gradually work out of it and close the business. But then,
how long did it take to get licensed?
Well, that's the other fun thing. So we bought the franchise, And then come to find out, this is right after COVID, that Minnesota actually had a hold on licensing.
Right, I was going to say a moratorium, right?
Probably something we maybe should have checked beforehand, but it was fine because there's a lot of back end stuff to do before opening the business and stuff like that. But so we did end up having to wait about 6 months to get our temporary license to even open the doors. So that was a little rocky start to start with, but
Well, fantastic. Well, great. It's time for a break here, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Brett and Nicole Myrie, owners of Griswold Care for the greater Twin Cities area. And they are here today to share valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. If you have a question for us, this is a great time to give us a call and learn about how home care can help you and your loved ones. Give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Fall means back to school, and hands down the best vehicle for the family is the Toyota Sienna from Rudy Luther Toyota. It hauls everything in comfort. Lots of kids? Check. Mountains of sports gear? Check. A band's worth of musical instruments? Check. Multiple science projects and schoolwork? Check. And the Sienna Hybrid gets you fantastic mileage, and it's the safest vehicle I've ever driven, something I will brag about for the rest of my life. The Toyota Sienna is the perfect Minnesota family vehicle. Test drive one today at Rudy Luther Toyota, 5 miles west of Minneapolis on 394.
Hey, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Did you know that we've been doing this show for 6 years on AM 950? And it's one of the only, I think it may be the only show about idealism in all of Radioland. And now the show's at 4 o'clock on Saturdays and still from 1 to 2 on Sundays. It'll be part of a new concept, a series of LGBTQ hosted shows and podcasts. Make sure to check it out.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromenlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com/events.
Located just north of 50th in France, the Great Wall Restaurant has provided a delicious taste of authentic Chinese cuisine since 1981. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking dishes, they offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include hot and sour soup, pan-fried dumplings, and mushu pork with homemade Chinese pancakes. Stop by their Edina location or call for takeout at 952-927-4439. See the full menu at greatwallrestaurant.us.
If stress, pain, or fatigue are part of your life, then consider that your pain and tension may be indicators of what's amiss in your life, and it's time for a new perspective. At Resolve Pain Guru, we're here to help you reconnect with yourself, release tension and pain, move better, and sleep better so that you can do more of what you love. You have the power to take control of your healing journey with our online 6-week Change Your Pain course. Learn somatic practices to tap into the wisdom of your body, and then learn to trust your intuition. Challenge your thinking and embark on a transformative journey with Resolve Pain Guru as your guide, unlocking infinite rewards along the way. Experience the life-changing benefits of somatic practices at resolvepainguru.com. Register for our 6-week Pain Relief Starter Series and start your journey to a pain-free life of joy. That's resolvepainguru.com. resolvepainguru.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Tom Winston. For today, clearing skies and a high of 85 degrees. Tonight, clear but a little cool, low 57. And on Sunday, another great day and a high of 83 degrees. Cafe Latte provides a cafe dining experience with delicious gourmet quality food. Cafe Latte's bakery features cakes, cupcakes, fresh baked breads, and more. Make your reservation, place takeout order at cafelatte.com.
AM 950 KTN up, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
All right, welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hagelin, and joining me today in the main studio at AM 950 is Brett and Nicole Myrie, and they are the owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities, and they are here today sharing valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. All right, before we return to our conversation with Brett and Nicole, I want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life healthcare services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services right to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A registered nurse will be there to answer your questions. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022, or simply visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with Brett and Nicole. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Okay, let's remind our listeners how they can contact you guys if they have questions or want more information.
Yep, they can contact us at our phone number, 763-270-0843, or visit our website, griswoldcare.com.
All right, let's see here. Well, we've been talking about you guys for the first half of the show here. Let's talk about the great work you guys are doing. Let's talk about the services and things, and also to help kind of relate to people who may have never engaged with home care. And believe it or not, most people haven't. And so they just have no idea. I mean, as we talked off the air, it's a great partnership with hospice services. So we partner with several home care services in the South Metro of the Twin Cities to help support families that have people that are limited in taking care of themselves, but they still want to remain at home. That's just so important to people. So let's talk about the services that Griswold Care provides.
We want to be as customizable for our clients as possible. So, the things that we want to help them do are stay in their home longer, which includes, if the stairs are getting to be dangerous, mom lives alone, going down there to the laundry room, helping mom do that either for her or walking in front of her to help her do that. So laundry and house cleaning, putting on your bed sheets, dusting your cabinets. I mean, it's a lot of the house care things. And then it's also bathing help, helping getting dressed. We can help brush someone's teeth. We can help make food, meal prep, grocery shopping, anything I feel like the family members would do for their loved ones that are slowing down. Those would be the things we can do. We also love helping people do their exercises that the physical therapist has prescribed for them. That's a great way to make sure that they're doing the exercises.
One of the things that we do that I think often gets overlooked by people is we do a lot of respite care, right? So we have a lot of clients that are struggling with dementia and things like that. And the family member, the wife or husband, whatever, are the primary caregiver. And that's a very tough position to be in. There's a lot of burnout when it comes to having a spouse that has dementia. And so we do a lot of respite care too, just giving that family member a break to take care of themselves and get out too, and kind of have that peace of mind that everything's taken care of when they're not there. Some of the other things that that kind of differentiate some of our services too is, we don't have any minimums for the amount of service that we do. We felt that that kind of limited us being able to help people. So we don't have any minimums. We do anywhere from 1 hour all the way up to 24 hour. We do live-in where the client, or excuse me, the caregiver will live with the client in their home. Some of the other things that differentiate us a little bit, we are credentialed with the VA, which that was a really big, important thing for us, being that we have family members that were veterans. It took a while to get credentialed, but we love being able to work with our vets. One of the other things that's a little bit differentiator too is we offer virtual care. So we do 24/7 virtual care. And what that is, so even when our caregivers aren't there, we're able to monitor and ensure the safety of the clients. We have a system that we use that uses audio technology, and it can be alerted when there's a fall, anything like that, and we get notified. The great thing about it is it's not a pendant. It's not something that they have to wear, because those are great, but only if you wear them. If people don't wear them, they don't do any good.
Right.
So that is something that we offer also to our clients that kind of sets us apart from some of our services.
It's a great compromise for people too, I think, with their family. Mom doesn't really want any help, but the family is saying, please, for us, it'd be so helpful. So if we put the, monitoring.
The Griswold alert in there, it can kind of be a hybrid between our care and then the virtual care for those times. Maybe they don't want overnight care currently, but also if there's falls that happen, sometimes mom or dad don't want to admit that they're having those falls because they want to stay in their home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's fear of them having to be changing their home. And that's a huge fear in elderly.
And this way we can talk to the family members and say, hey, did you realize that mom's actually had 3 falls this month? Maybe we need to look at maybe adding some overnight care to ensure her safety at night and things like that. But
boy, I tell you, that's the story we hear all the time, that someone has a fall. And that's what starts the road, because so many times they go to the hospital, broken hip, and they can't do the surgery because of a heart condition or because of something else that no one really thought was a big issue, but all of a sudden, because of the age and because of the limitations of trying to be independent, the doctors say, hey, we can't do this.
Right.
And so it throws a curveball to the family big time, and they'd never really thought about it because mom's always been there. I mean, it's amazing how you think that things are going to go on forever, and you got to be planning. That's one thing that we're just horrible at in America here, is we just don't plan for the inevitable. And so this is really, really helpful that you're talking about those kind of things.
The one thing too with our Griswold alert system is it also prevents admissions to the hospital. And so what it can do is it actually knows somebody's baseline. It knows their routine after 2 weeks. So if all of a sudden there's a big spike in how often they're going to the bathroom, we might get an alert saying, hey, possible UTI, and then we'll notify the family, get it checked out. We're trying to prevent these things from happening. So we're keeping them out of the hospital, reducing readmissions, just trying to keep them safe and trying to keep them in their home as long as possible.
Well, it's a huge benefit to Medicare. It's because, again, hospital visits and things are very expensive. And it's very taxing and exhausting for the client or the patient. And again, it's the families pitching in to drive them, and it's a lot. And I think it's just so important that people understand that. I mean, that is just a nice way to start having more support. So as long as a person has a Wi-Fi.
So that's a great thing about this system.
I was going to ask you about that.
It comes with its own built-in Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
So because you don't have to have it, and that was some of the other systems. That's a downfall. Is you either have to have internet, you have to have strong internet. This comes with its own built-in router. We just plug it right into the wall. You're set to go. Literally takes 10 minutes to install it.
Well, and so over a course of a couple of weeks, it actually learns the lifestyle and the routines of the person that's living there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then is it connected then to you guys, or
to
is
us?
it, okay.
And then we usually have, when we set it up with the family, we knew kind of what their plan is going to be, right? So it'll be, do we contact them first and then the family member, and then if we can't get a hold of anybody, we contact 911. One of the big thing that we really use it for too is when we have an individual that maybe lives alone, they're by themselves. We actually had this happen with one of our veteran clients. He had fallen at night, and we got the alert, lives alone, and we tried to reach out to him. We couldn't get a hold of him. So we called and we did a wellness check, with the police, and they went over there, and sure enough, he was on the floor. He had fallen out of bed, couldn't get back up. So we prevented him laying on the floor for hours, days, who knows, because our next visit wasn't for a couple days. And that would have been, pretty severe to have him staying on the floor for 3 days or whatever it would have been.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So we had to prevent that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, all those stories I've heard,
Mhm.
that is one of the things is that people fall and they don't have the ability to let somebody know they've fallen.
Right.
And it doesn't take long for lack of water, lack of food
Yeah.
to really, especially if you already are somewhat compromised in your health condition, boy, things can go south pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Great story. That's a great technology. And how long has that been available through the Griswold Care?
So we just invested in this technology. It's definitely, they're still growing it because it uses AI.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
learns, it continues to learn, I guess, right?
Right.
And continues to improve. But the fact that it's not a wearable and they don't have to have Wi-Fi, we like to equate it almost like a smoke detector. It's kind of in the background. You hope you never need it, but in case you do, you can be glad you have it.
Is there a particular place in the home that you put that then so that
Generally, we'll install usually 3 of the pods. So
Oh.
it'll be probably in their bathroom, bedroom, and then a
Mhm.
common area.
Yeah.
And we can also add more if they happen to have a bigger
okay.
space. But
Okay. Kind of like a mesh network that can
Yeah.
be connected. Oh,
Right.
oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then is there's a service charge or a fee then to have that as a part of your services?
No, it's included. It's just one of the benefits of choosing Griswold.
Wow.
we want it to be, it helps us to improve our care. And
Yeah.
it's just a standard of our care that we provide.
It also lets us know too when our staff is there how their interactions are going, making sure it's not just negative things that it tells us
Mhm.
about either. It gives us feedback when there's positive feedback,
Mhm.
things like that.
Sounds great. All right, it's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Brett and Nicole Myrie, owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities. And they're here today sharing valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Hageland, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Hi, everyone. Matt here. The Park Tavern has been part of the community for over 60 years. My family has created many great memories there with birthdays, holidays, and great bulk. In the wake of the horrible tragedy, the Park Tavern wants to thank everyone who has reached out in support and who donated to help the victims. There's a great way for everyone to support the Park Tavern. Come on in. The Park Tavern is open regular hours with great food, the big games on the TVs, and the best bowling in town. So come on down to Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park. Come back to the welcoming community of the Park Tavern.
Hi, I'm Corey Wisco, president of the Welshire. The Welshire excels as a memory care community in the Twin Cities, located in Bloomington, and we have a new location in Medina. But what makes Welshire so different is the people that we have working for us. Our team has been together for the past 25 years providing this type of care. We employ some of the most amazing nurses and LPNs that are in the building 24 hours a day. We also have an activity team that is over 40 people. And our scheduling begins at 9 o'clock in the morning for activities, and it goes to 7, 8 o'clock at night. And that's 7 days a week. You won't find that. That is why many of the families that come to Welshire are actually coming from another memory care facility. Not all memory care is created equally. And that's why I encourage you, if you've had issues and problems at other places, come see what makes us so special. Please visit thewelshiremn.com and book a tour.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Get up off the couch and come to our Vice Presidential Debate Watch Party on Tuesday, October 1st at the Park Tavern. Doors open at 6 p.m., so grab your friends and get ready to see our own Governor Tim Walz highlight how Minnesota became a progressive beacon in the Midwest while exposing all the lies of J.D. Vance. We'll kick things off with a live broadcast from 7 until 8 p.m., hosted by the one and only Matt McNeil and other AM 950 personalities like Greg Bakken, Philip Anthony, and more. Then at 8 p.m., it's game time. Watch the coach face the couch connoisseur. Join fellow progressives, AM 950 staff, and hosts for a night of seeing Governor Walz make Minnesota shine versus J.D. Vance. We've got light appetizers and a cash bar with the option to order from the Park Tavern's delicious full menu. Tickets are just $25 in advance at am950radio.com or $30 at the door. So head out to the Park Tavern on Tuesday, October 1st for our vice presidential debate watch party as Walz faces Vance. Again, tickets are at am950radio.com.
But we're Dakota Scott. All right. Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Hageland, and joining me today is Brett and Nicole Myrie, owners of Griswold Care for the greater Twin Cities area. And they are here today talking about how important it is to receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of your own home with the help of Griswold Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Okay, guys, how can our listeners contact you guys if they have questions or want more information?
So they can call 24 hours a day at 763-270-0843 or our website, griswoldcare.com.
All right. So, boy, we only have a few minutes left here. I do want to keep talking about the benefits of engaging with home care in general, but home care with you guys and that technology you have. It sounds just so fascinating to be able to have access virtually to a person's home to keep help support them, but also then to have those ability to then monitor and then, as you said earlier, make sure that the care that's happening in the home is consistent with what the expectations were. I think it's just really a neat technology.
It is a game changer, and it really is something that sets us apart. I don't know of any other home care agencies using that technology right now. And, I think one of the main things I would encourage people to remember is that it's just better to do this a year too early than a day too late, because the benefits, just outweigh. And that's the part that's hard. It's like, we don't want to talk about the tragic things that we see happen. But I think with Brett's grandma's situation, if somebody could have helped her remember to take her medicine, her life would have been prolonged.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the quality of life, would have been better.
And I think just letting people know about home care and that it's an option. I don't know that, again, my family with my grandma, I don't know that we even ever explored home care as an option.
That's right.
And I think just letting people know that this is something that they can do. And like Nicole said, it's better to do it earlier than late, because we get plenty of those calls too, where, hey, mom just fell, she's in the hospital, we don't know what to do, they're panicked. We get a lot of those calls. And, that's our whole thing, is to help them navigate all those things. And when they call us, the first thing we do is let them know, we got you.
Right.
We're going to take care of everything. We're here for you. We've done this. We know what we're doing. But again, with that, maybe they could have had home care earlier and getting used to the idea of that and prevented some of these falls that ended up in the hospital.
Right.
And, I think one of the things too that people maybe don't realize about home care, it's comparing apples and oranges to an assisted living, because it's one-to-one care.
Right.
You have a caregiver that's dedicated to you directly. It's when you're in a facility, sometimes
you have to press the button and wait 30 minutes to go to the bathroom, or longer than that. 30 minutes is maybe even being generous. I think having your caregiver with you, who knows you, who learns what you want to do, having them just anticipate your needs is something that we really focus on.
Well, and they build a relationship. I mean, our caregivers, because they get the same caregiver generally for the visits, they get to know that person. They have, almost, it feels like a part of their family,
A friend. And I
yeah.
think with winter coming up, people think, the companionship, the conversations, just the looking forward to someone coming over once a week. It gives people a reason to get up and move around and brush their teeth and do something with their day, because you have to, like our client Marilyn used to tell us, if you rest, you rest. So
well, and it,
Right.
Yeah. And with seniors in general, there's a big risk for isolation, especially in the wintertime, that when they live alone like that. And so just having somebody come to visit with them, and like some of that companion care, somebody to play cards with, or maybe they don't drive anymore, and our caregivers, they all drive. So taking them to the senior center, go do some events, and just get out of the house, go
and
have some fun.
early onset dementia, if you have someone stopping in and communicating and having conversations, that really helps people from declining. I've seen a lot of people call us after the winter and say, yeah, we really thought mom was going to be okay this winter alone. But that ended up being a really bad decision for the family, because in the springtime, her communication skills just had plummeted.
But if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And you're right. Isolation, loneliness, and boredom, studies have shown is what kills people. Because you're right, they don't have anything to look forward to. And that's why home care visits are great. And it doesn't need to be 24/7 right off the bat. I mean, like you said, you guys have
Once a week for a couple hours.
Right. And the nice thing about your program is there is no minimums.
Right.
You can really try it out, put your toe in the water, see how it works, see if it's a right fit for the personality of the caregiver and the client. And again, it doesn't cost anything to reach out to you guys and explore. And it sounds like you've got a nurse who can help do an initial assessment, which is a huge benefit, to just make sure that there's a good expectation set, and what are the needs that the family is looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, the initial consultation, there's no cost for it. Just it's a meet and greet. Let us just come out and talk to you and see how we can help you. That's all we want to do.
And there are no contracts.
No.
If a family isn't happy with services, or if they don't feel like they wanted to try it and it's no longer the right fit, that's the conversation we have, and we're fine stepping back, because it's not, now you have to have these services for the next 2 weeks until you can get out of it.
Right. Well, it just shows how committed you guys are to doing the right thing and to do the right care. And it sounds like you guys have a whole bunch of wonderful, well-trained caregivers in your organization that are out there ready to support a family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it, our tagline is live assured, and that's obviously for our families and the clients, that they can live assured that they're going to get the help they need, but it's also for caregivers too. They're a big part of our business.
Yeah.
Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And I think they know that with working with Griswold, that they feel valued. We appreciate them. We focus a lot on retention, and without them, like I said, we can't do what we do. So they're very important.
No, for sure. And the biggest beneficiaries are the adult children. I'll tell you, we have talked to more people that said, boy, was that a lifesaver for me. Because people are quitting their jobs to move home and take care. And it just disrupts, and that's fine if that works for you. But anyway, this has been great. We're at the end of the show, folks. I want to thank Brett and Nicole Myrie, owners of Griswold Care for the Greater Twin Cities area, for sharing valuable insights about how individuals can receive the necessary support to continue living in the comfort of their own homes with the help of Griswold Care. We hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please contact us with comments you have regarding today's show. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. And what's the number, guys, to get a hold of you guys?
763-270-0843.
Fantastic. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health, your life. And until next time, choose to live well.
You want to feel important? You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters, and that you can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We felt that way too. I'm Sergeant First Class Daphne Pierre from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Minnesota Army National Guard soldiers.